And I don't even... Wait. What? You were just on the Normandy. You fired me. Dishonorable discharge for conduct unbecoming. You kicked me off the ship with barely enough time to grab my toothbrush.
That's a Cision Pro Mark IV. It uses mass effect fields to break up plaque and massage the gums.
Yes, I told you that.
And I remember because I'm the real Shepard.
Shepard's got a clone. Makes sense when you think about it.
Okay, you know this ship inside and out. Can you get me inside?
There's an emergency exit hatch for evacuations. It should be right here.
Manual lock, and it's only meant to be opened from the other side. Any ideas?
Triggering it would require extremely precise Mass Effect field manipulation.
If you'd told me this morning that a toothbrush was gonna save the Normandy, I'd have been very skeptical.
Good evening once again, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to Arbitration Studios as we continue our journey across the whole damn thing of Mass Effect and Mass Effect 3. I'm JP Arbiter.
And I'm Captain Jack.
And we are entering the penultimate mission of this saga. And whew, what a journey. So anyway, we find ourselves needing to assault a Cerberus space station in order to kind of clear the board,
Right.
As it were. First off, they have the information that we need, and then second off, they've been a pain in our ass for 3 fucking games.
It's one of these things where it's like, you're the bad guy, I'm supposed to hate you.
Uh-huh.
And I do. So you're doing your job.
But
So I like you. Because story-wise, because I love a good story. So I'm like, you're doing your job. I hate you. I want to see you get beaten.
I do like the mission planning here, where the whole thing is that once we do this, we're committed. It's going to be hit here and then immediately go to Earth. Like, all the other fleets are in position, ready to go.
Exactly.
So we have ourselves a great big huge this is our final romantic payoff scene, and I forget whether or not I edited out the actual lovemaking. That's going to be a thing, because it is more explicit in 3 than it is in literally any other game.
Indeed. In front of my fish?
The hamster!
Hamster! Oh, the things my poor hamster has seen. Oh. I had Rex up here the other night.
How is the furniture still intact? Mass Effect Fields.
Yeah, Mass Effect Fields.
So, get ready for an emergency edit on this, but it's important to do it, because it's actually, like, it's always touching, but I will say this. Writer bias aside, it is most touching with Liara or the Vermeer Survivor.
Mm-hmm.
Just personal opinion on there.
The helmet stays on.
Oh, it's so sweet.
Mandalorian lovemaking. The helmet stays on.
So ridiculous.
Where you could spend the rest of your life.
Well, that's one way to not have to spend money on your star.
Uh-huh.
Oh. A little peck on the cheek.
You ain't going anywhere. I'm gonna tie you up, and I'm gonna be pulling out the bad dragons.
No, not in front of my fish. Damn it! Not in front of my fish. But my hamster. He's too young to see this sort of thing.
The hamster is an immortal space god.
Love you too, Liara.
It is a giant miniaturized space hamster.
It's true. It is an immortal space god that has existed in multiple places throughout time and space. And
okay, good. I did edit it out.
You cut it. So
I
this-
didn't have to make the emergency edit. Now, instead of talking about, oh my god, the tits and the ass are out, instead we're going to talk about child murder.
well, I mean, no,
These are the standards in America.
it is true. I'm not gonna go there. I'm tired of it. Where I will go is that one of and this may not have been their intention with these dream sequences. This may not have been their intention. But my headcanon and interpretation is that this is Shepard's PTSD.
Oh, it absolutely is.
This is from the years of just
Torfin.
yeah. This is just the Shepard's mind.
Torfin alone would be enough to give someone nightmares for the
This-
rest of their life.
This is Shepard's like psyche, which is completely shattered, and Shepard is holding on by the threads.
And why the kid, let me say this for the people in the back, children represent innocence.
Yeah.
The child represents all of the people Commander Shepard couldn't save.
I mean, I have read all of the stuff that people have put out and everything, and all the complaints and everything like that, and I've gone, why is it that I can understand this and I figured this out and other people can't?
Because you're an actor, and everyone who posts on YouTube, myself included, are stupid fucking edgelords who couldn't understand symbolism. They still think it's symbology.
Yeah.
It's symbolism, you nitwit. Symbolism.
I mean, but you're not. I mean, maybe it's also because my brain doesn't work.
Well, you are an actor.
It's true. But I actually liked that. That kind of attention to detail that they put in.
And speaking of attention to detail, we are about to give you yet another glorious gift. The thing that you love the most.
Krogan?
Why?
The other thing that you love the most. And that is the space combat sequence.
Oh, I love space combat.
So,
And
first,
I get why they didn't have any in the game.
well,
I 100%
it's just
get it.
so outside of what is needed.
No, I get it. I'm not. But I just love space combat.
You want
I do.
you want a Mass Effect oriented space combat game.
I do. I want a ship-to-ship Mass Effect combat game.
Like what I did with Edie. Since she's going into a heavy combat zone and we gave her armor.
Mm-hmm.
I do think it's funny that Joker's like, what? No, why? It was just like, you love Edie, not the bot.
I mean, maybe.
I mean, don't get me wrong, the super sexy robot body is something he can actually interact with and touch and whatnot, but, like, when this war is over, like, everyone's ticket is written for life.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Because multiple governments will just give you whatever you want at that point. You don't have to pay for a damn thing.
No, you're not paying for drinks ever again. Or for Krogan prostitutes. I'm just saying, not that I've ever done that. Not that, I've ever, sex work is work, people. But
So, anyway, space combat in front of a burning star.
yes.
This is the most metal thing ever.
Yes.
Part of me wants to put some music over this.
Yes. Something Fozzy or Ozzy or something. And of course, once again, we crash. Damn it.
We didn't crash, we made a kinetic entry.
Yeah.
Um, Now, one thing about, because I like to talk about squad mate entries, we brought Edie, and Edie is actually, like, gameplay-wise, one of the worst companions you have in Mass Effect 3, unfortunately. Partially because there are two reasons why. First off, a lot of the best submachine guns actually fire in bursts, and companions, for some reason, don't do that. They'll
Right.
fire one shot and then they have to reload the whole magazine.
Right.
So like equipping Edie with like the Hornet or the Shuriken, not that the Shuriken's a good SMG, but go with.
Oh, I'm going with you. I'm on this ride with you.
The other thing is that her armor ability and her decoy ability don't work.
Right.
So that's three things that go wrong, essentially, with her. So I brought Vega along with us because we need some support fire.
Exactly.
The other side of it is that I like to imagine that after the Leviathan incident, that Edie and Vega kind of got a bit of a friendship thing going. Not like a potential romance that could threaten Joker, because Vega, like by his own admission, is kind of like pseudo asexual, not like not interested at all, but like
Yeah.
he puts those interactions to the side because he has a job, and that where such things mess everything up.
Mm-hmm.
But more like like big sister or twin sister.
Something.
It's not a little sister relationship
No.
that I imagine, that I headcanon. This is my headcanon.
Right. Right. I can see that the two of them would develop a rapport.
But they're also like the new kids on the block, as it were. Not the band. They're the new kids of the Shepherd family.
Right. That's I think where a lot of their like rapport would come from, which would be, hey, we're the new guys. You know, everybody else has been on this ship.
Edie not so much, because she was installed on the new Normandy, but
Right.
she didn't have a physical presence until 3.
She didn't get to rock out.
She didn't have tits out, and I didn't edit that out.
And watch for the shoe.
We love you, Tony.
I do love me some Tony Storm.
Only reason that we haven't used her theme music is that it is not appropriate in the slightest for this game.
It's not appropriate at all. And that's given all of the Krogan jokes that I have made, folks. So, do yourself a favor.
Even though Commander Agatha Fisty Shepherd is absolutely timeless.
Indeed. Do yourself a favor. Go look up some Tony Storm. You will thank me.
Look up, don't get me wrong, Tony Storm works great in the ring. But look up promos.
Yeah. No, the promos are just...
My favorite to this day is still when Megan Bain came to All Elite Wrestling, and Tony's just like, my God, you're a big bitch.
Yeah. Big woman. So here we are in their hangar.
And we prevented the ship from prevented the station from venting the hangar.
Mm-hmm.
And so now we got to get into the ship. And we do it by catapulting a plane the wrong way.
Well, I mean, as one does.
That could have destroyed the whole freaking station.
And you've got maintenance personnel somewhere there just going, why? We would have let you in. Why?
What? No, I just imagine that, damage control teams are like mobilizing and gearing up, and then they see in the videos what just happened, and like the captain in charge of that team of that damage control team just like sits down, puts the giant like 12-inch monkey wrench down, and pulls the bottle of Jack out of the desk. Just like, guys, we're done.
There's a deck chief somewhere on this installation that is just fuming.
Captain when I said captain, referring to the job, not the rank.
Right, exactly. There's a fellow somewhere just absolutely fuming.
I would think it would result more in despondent drinking than anything.
No, despondent drinking is a maintenance personnel's default setting. That's actually
spoken from experience.
Yeah, no, it is. That's just a military maintenance. That's our default setting is in fact despondent drinking. What's your hobby? Day drinking.
So
this is one of the rare occasions in this game, and I wish it wasn't so rare, but it is, where you get to pilot one of the mechs.
I just wish that in this case, because we get it from a locker, that its windshield was intact.
Right?
Because it would have been so cool to see one with all the heads-up display stuff.
Right.
And we see what that's like thanks to Leviathan. They had the code.
Indeed.
Because in order to get the broken windshield, first you have to show what the constructed windshield looks like.
Yep. What you doing there, Edie?
Hacking. In the meantime, backstory.
Da-da-da-da. Exposition.
Exposition, imposition.
Now, again, brilliant voice work by some actually famous people.
Trisha Heffler and Freddie Prinze Jr.
Mm-hmm.
And then also Jennifer, I am the Frank Welker of Women Hail.
Yeah, exactly.
It is a small miracle we never had Frank Welker as a voice actor for the Mass Effect games, now I think about it.
I always thought he would have been a great Reaper.
Mm-hmm.
Because I like playing against type. And the times he's done a villain voices are just phenomenal.
Well, the fact that he also played Shaggy from Scooby-Doo.
Yeah, yeah.
Or no, wait, that was Casey Kasem. Frank Welker did Fred.
Yeah. Frank Welker did the Dungeons and Dragons cartoon.
Mm.
Both of them, actually, both Megatron and Optimus Prime were the main villains for the Dungeons and Dragons cartoon, which was great because they fought against each other and
yep,
it was just wonderful.
I had this. I always included this whenever I had to assemble trivia night for something, whether it was in college or professionally. Where it's like, yeah, who is the highest grossing actor according to the Screen Actors Guild? And for the longest time, it was Frank Welker.
Yeah,
and no one would get that. And then Samuel L. Jackson took over, not because of Star Wars, although Star Wars like ratcheted those numbers way through the roof. It was Marvel that actually finally dethroned Frank Welker.
Right. And I think it's because voice actors are not seen the same. Like, you don't, people generally don't put voice actors in the same category as other actors. To which
well, that's why I emphasize SAG-AFTRA, because Frank Welker did stuff for major motion pictures.
Absolutely, 100%. You're talking to the choir.
Now it was voice work or sound effects, but he was still recognized by SAG-AFTRA as the highest grossing actor up until Samuel L. Jackson portrayed Nick Fury in 2008. And Christ, I'm old.
And now I think it goes back and forth between Sam Jackson and Harrison Ford. Well, according to Sam Jackson, it does.
Well, and Frank Welker is largely since retired, so largely.
Which is sad, but also...
he's like approaching 80, so...
Yeah. I mean, it's sad, but also understandable. It's sad for those of us who are nostalgic for Optimus Prime and the sort of goodness of Optimus Prime. And that sort of unwavering goodness that was Optimus Prime.
And we're completely skipping over the Project Lazarus stuff, but that's because this one isn't really like important or relevant. This is more like weird little identity crisis things of, am I actually alive? Yes! Let's not think too hard about this one.
Yeah, no, agreed. This is one of those ones that I put into the category of like teleportation. Just don't, like transporter technology, just don't think about it. Just in sci-fi, don't think about it. Just let it happen. Just go for the ride. It's like being with a Krogan. You just go for the ride.
Anyway, your Krogan fetish aside, yeah, I think that that part's the least interesting because all it does is introduce existential context, and or because, like, killing Shepard for the beginning of Mass Effect 2 is just a bad idea. And I think it was more to justify forcing her to work with Cerberus and to justify you lose all of your skills.
I think it's probably the latter more than anything else.
Gameplay
The
conceit.
gameplay conceit.
How to...
We have to change everything.
You're familiar with the Metroid series, right?
Oh, yeah.
Every single Metroid game, Samus is back at 0.
Mm-hmm.
And, like, they started introducing BS reasons why. Because it's like... By the time Metroid Prime takes place in series after Metroid 2, and Samus is supposedly like at her full potential until Metroid Dread came along and completely like, oh shit.
Right.
But sorry, this is one of those game series I'm like obsessed with.
No, it's perfectly fine now.
So it's but it's the same thing where it's like you build yourself up, and then the next game comes along and we got to figure out how to reset you.
And honestly, because BioWare was one of the first game designers to actually go into this idea that you're going to play the same character throughout a series.
My example of Samus Aran and Metroid aside.
Yeah, but, well, no, I mean you're playing the same character in the Metroids, but it's these are sequels and whatnot, and BioWare is essentially making one story, but it's just over multiple games with the Baldur's Gate series and different kind of things. And so they often...
Yeah, I'm leaving that one there. Let's just go.
They often put in this idea of how do we get them back to 0? How do we get them back? And I think that with Mass Effect, I think they did a good job of it. But I don't think we need to go over why. I don't think we needed the exposition that happens. Honestly,
the gameplay conceit works, but it's one of those things where it's like in a new game where you're transferring save data over, and in 3 they just expanded the skill tree. Just right. The threat grows and grows, but between 1 and 2. Where they completely changed how the game works, and had to figure out how to justify it. It would have been better to just say, it was the gear,
Yeah, I've always half been like, you know what? Don't explain it.
Or just
don't explain it. You don't need to necessarily explain why things are different. They didn't explain things with why the playability and everything is different between Dragon Ages. They didn't explain. They don't need to. You don't need to. I don't think. I'm sure there are some people that feel like maybe you do need to.
The only thing that they need to explain is why did they kill off the greatest character ever? Varric.
I mean, you're not wrong. I'm not...
Look,
you're not wrong.
I love my dwarves the way you love your Krogan. So... especially your dwarves who are not dwarfy dwarves.
Right. No, I love the playing against type that Varric did. I think that as far as that twist, I liked story-wise how they did that. But I agree with you. Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm.
Like, if they were going to do it, I appreciate it. But
so here's the first interesting one, and that is Edie's origin story.
Now Edie's origin I appreciate.
Because she comes from the VI on Mars.
Exactly. And
it was so cool.
I appreciate the connection.
Smart enough to ask for help, but not smart enough to understand why it needed to ask for help.
Mm-hmm.
Then we get to talk to her about it. Guess we didn't get off on the right foot.
Yeah, but, we brought everything back together.
Yeah. You and me both, babe. And then we have the analysis on what kind of ship would be best for that, and it's like, the idea that they would have thought about giving Shepard a cruiser, and it's like, at one point, lost opportunity, at the other point, cruisers are freaking huge, man.
They are. They are. What's really funny is that typically speaking, cruisers are even are on the light side of the capital ship kind of hierarchy.
I mean, the other side of it, though, is that by modern naval standards, what we would call a destroyer, the Arleigh Burke, would have been considered a cruiser by World War II standards, and frankly had the firepower of multiple battleships, because guided missiles are awesome.
Guided missiles are awesome. Also, our big guns are awesome.
And this is great. After they lost to Normandy, and Martin Sheen is losing his shit.
I do like. He's a fantastic actor, voice actor. You know, live action actor. He is just the pinnacle of what I do. He is. I mean, there are other people up there. I'm not saying he's the only one on that mountaintop, but I am saying that he is.
Do we want to address just how much porn Joker had?
No. Because that might open up to just how much Krogan porn I have.
I mean, zettabytes.
Yeah.
That is,
That's a lot. That's all the porn, really. Although that being said, I would imagine that as we advanced, the amount of porn would advance exponentially.
It's also one of those things where it's like, yeah, everyone likes to joke about how the internet is 90% porn when in reality it's like 5 to 7%.
It's just that's what it's used for. That doesn't mean that's what it's available. That just means that's what, you know.
Avenue Q had that great song about it.
It did. You know,
Sesame Street for perverts.
It's a good musical.
Oh, it's a fantastic musical.
But you know, yeah, I think that a lot of jokes are made at Joker's expense about his adult material habit. And I think that's sad because I think
a lot of it was research purposes.
I think that's sad because I think a lot more jokes could be made.
What I think is that I think it's ableist. I think that Joker
is
the most sexually frustrated person in human space because, as he puts it, light over the clothes action could lead to a shattered pelvis.
He ain't wrong.
And then, like, so that's kind of a license to go out and go exploring with. Maybe I could, like, do some tentacle stuff with a Hanar.
Ooh.
What do the Volus look like under those suits? Are they like a blobfish? You know, who are my softer options?
I like the idea that the Volus are blobfish. That's a good idea.
And then it goes to the opposite way. Well, I can't enjoy this crap anyway, so let's look at Elcor.
I thought my Krogan was...
For the people who can't see Captain Jack right now, he's just got his wide, perverted grin on his face.
No, that's okay. Krogan.
And
Krogan and Elcor. I like it. I'm down. I'm digging it.
Like, and we're also skipping just commentary on the least interesting bad guy. It's the failure of Kai Lang.
Yeah.
And we're just going to talk about this. This is going to dominate the rest of our conversation because it's now or never.
Right.
The failure of Kai Lang, for me, is not in Kai Lang itself. It was the fact that we had to do Mass Effect homework to understand who Kai Lang was.
Right.
Because if you're only interested in the video games, as I am, because I read the first Mass Effect novel and thought it was sucky, And so I just kind of like swore off. Actually, it was the thing that got me to swear off video game tie-in books altogether. That's how bad it was. I think it was Ascension.
Yeah, I believe Ascension. But I agree with you with Kylie. Like, why am I supposed to? Like,
Who's this motherfucker, and why am I supposed to care?
exactly. Like, if they had just thrown him in there as like advanced thug number 12 and had not said, like, had not had
Not giving him a name.
not given him a name, not or even given him a name, but just not have him connected to Anderson, not have anybody know, have him have no backstory whatsoever.
Let me put it this way: what if he was a drone like Edie that was more geared for combat?
That would be fine too.
And that's essentially what he is anyway.
I don't particularly care what they did with him, just that what they did with, like,
what they did
do with him just didn't work for me. It didn't do what he was supposed to do, I felt like.
Random phantom, AI drone, those would have worked.
But just having him be some unknown right hand of the elusive man, where he had no background with anybody, where they didn't try to attach him to the story at all. So I didn't have to. So I wasn't being told, you have to care for this character. Now go out and read this book so that you know why you have to care for this character. And instead, they could just say, you don't have to care for this character.
Conversely, what they could have done if they did want to make a character out of Kai Lang is more exposure. Kai Lang needed to be dogging your heels at every single flashpoint in this mission, not just the Citadel and Thessia. He needed to be there on Rannoch. He needed to be there on Surkesh.
Yes.
He needed to be there on Tuchanka.
Yep, no, absolutely. No
advancing Cerberus interests, and then it becomes a question of who is this guy? What is he doing? And then he starts talking to you, starts mocking you over the line.
Yep.
And no, he doesn't have a connection to Shepard. He just wants to prove that he's better than Shepard and more loyal to Cerberus than Shepard.
Absolutely.
And that would have worked.
That would have worked.
Because then it would have been a fanboy trying to ascend.
Or, they could have had Kai Lane be another clone. I mean, look, okay, for anybody that's a comic book fan, the Clone Saga sucked. But you have to remember that it sucked overall.
My brother really loved the Scarlet Spider, though.
It sucked overall. The idea of it did not. It was the execution of it that kind of made it, and the fact that it was overdone and kept being done. Doing it twice, I think, would not have been a bad, especially because this clone was not silly.
Yeah.
This clone was not trying to become you. This clone was just saying, I'm better than you.
Yeah. Well, and especially if you could have made it a Shepard that wasn't a Shepard, didn't care about Shepard per se.
Right. I'm not Shepard. That would have been, I'm a clone, but I'm not the same person.
Yep.
I'm not trying to be the same person.
What about the use of the Phantom as a thing? Now, to go with your idea, we could have had a Shepard or a clone that did what happened in the Citadel DLC, where it was instead of copying your class, have it be an upgunned version of one of the Cerberus troopers. So Phantoms are Vanguard, or not Vanguards, Adepts. So, the engineer type where they're deploying turrets left, right, and center, or drones or whatnot. The soldier type is just pure meat.
Yeah, I mean, anything like that would have been fun. I just think that as far as Kai Lane goes, it annoys it annoys me. It annoys me that they're like, you're supposed to care, and this enemy's supposed to be like the big, kind of this sort of shadow dogging you and kind of thing, and it's supposed to be like the gunslinger at the OK Corral kind of deal where the two, and it's like a popcorn fart in church. It's
Yeah, here we see the video with the tech rollout that partially reaper-fies all of the Cerberus shock troops, who are really just civilians that got programming uploaded into them.
yeah. This old chestnut.
And then Martin Sheen, Mr. Bartlett, he decides, this worked out so well, I want it in me. Why? Why? You know what this does. You need your faculties 1,000%, dude. What are you hoping to gain? And they never explain that. I think it has something to do with his desire to ultimately control the Reapers, but like, tell us.
Yeah. President Bartlett, you made a mistake.
But then again, and that's why I'm willing to tolerate it, even though I don't like it, is that this was a bad decision.
Yeah.
And people make bad decisions sometimes.
It's true. People make bad
decisions. Yeah, and even the most competent villain, and I would argue the Elusive Man is that. He is an example of a competent villain.
Absolutely.
When you're in sight of your goal, you can lose sight of the why of it. And and this is the point that
agreed
that the Elusive Man is at, where he loses sight and he just goes forward.
Right. No, absolutely. No question. And here we have the big moment.
And she realizes, oh, I haven't been here before, but I kind of have. Quantum entanglement is a weird technology.
A weird technology.
But it works.
It does.
We've done it in small scale in the 21st century, so...
That's always why I always get when people write a story and they're like, faster than light communication is impossible and will never be possible. It's like, bro, we're pretty much there now.
It's a question of power output and distance.
Yeah, it's, we can quantumly entangle things and move. Yeah, I mean, it's... So, yeah, and we're looking at this, obviously, and it's great visual.
Oh, yeah.
And I love the fact that they actually made him look like Charlie Sheen. Or not Charlie Sheen.
Martin Sheen.
Martin Sheen. My apologies. He does not...
I love the fact that he starts this whole interaction with, you're in my chair.
Yeah.
It's the little things that piss me off.
It is. It's the fact that there hasn't been real tobacco for 100 years, so he has to... he's vaping. And that's just disgusting.
It's one of those things where it's like, I'm trying to get you on the side of sanity here, buddy. We can end this today.
Yeah, let's work together.
Yeah, that has always been the thing, is that whatever bullshit has existed prior to us, we leave it behind because there's a bigger war.
Hey.
That is the characteristic that defines our shepherd.
Hey, let's make money.
Yeah.
Right? Let's make money together. Come on. Let's sell some tickets. Let's put some butts in seats here. We don't have to be act like this. But
the combat journalism revenues alone from this upcoming fight.
I know, right? But unfortunately,
especially with the Omni drone cameras,
right? And just unfortunately, the Elusive Man can't see he can't see the
forest for the trees. Yeah,
he can't see the dollars. And that's sad.
Because he doesn't want to make some money. He wants to make all of the money.
Right? And he's going to lose out on any money because he's obsessed with making all of it.
And the thing is that, in a vacuum, when you're not talking about a galactic extinction event, he's got a point, too. Yeah. And all good villains have a point to them. Thanos had a point to him.
Absolutely.
T'Challa or Nijaka, excuse me, Killmonger,
Yes.
had a point.
Yeah.
Even the guy from Captain America Civil War had a point.
Yeah.
But the point doesn't fit the moment, sort of thing, and that is the downfall. So,
I mean, yeah. You know, I really don't like Prometheans.
I don't either.
They're, yeah,
They're bug people.
they are bug people, and I don't like that.
4 eyes, 8 pupils,
Yeah,
and frankly, a bunch of right pricks.
just questionable. Just questionable behavior.
So, a lot of it is what is in the cultural context, but yeah, applying our culture to previous ones, and we've talked about that too. But like, yeah, Protheans are pricks.
Yeah, I mean, look, we travel with Javik. He's an asshole. But as
He's
have said about Christian Cage,
he's
he's our asshole.
and sometimes you need an asshole.
Exactly.
And much like how we cured Ashley's space racism to be mild to moderate space prejudice that is perfectly acceptable in all science fiction, we have toned down Javik.
It's true. It's true.
So that is I genuinely thought about skipping this fight. That is coming up, just because we are not fans of Kai Lang so
And it's
much.
And it's almost
So it's a wet fart.
Yeah, when I DM, sometimes there are fights that I have written, and after we've played a bit and we've come upon them, I'm like, nah, don't need them. They're not gonna, they're just there to be there. They're not really gonna.
They don't
the
advance
story
anything,
for you,
So you've just said, and you kill him.
Yeah, or
It's a shame that it is such a wet fart because stuff like this is so goddamn cool.
Yeah, no, it's got some great visuals to it, but
the power of cutscenes,
right?
I did love, and we've been doing the our series alongside Prime Radiancy once we hit Mass Effect 3, and I love his whole thing of its 3 prior precedents playing the game. But the whole his version of Barack Obama was doing this fight, and he broke the game 3 times because apparently you can just bitch slap this guy even on legendary difficulty. And to the point where it will interrupt the script and not trigger stuff. And I almost did it right there with that Vanguard push. If I kept the pressure up, I would have had to force a reset there.
Right. Yeah.
So it was actually really cool too, because his version of Joe Biden actually was winning until the very end when the zombies, I forget what they're actually called.
Husks,
thank you. Actually bitch slapped crazy Uncle Joe right before he even got to the infamous Marauder that kind of is the de facto final boss. That is cool right there. I didn't realize that she had done the Tomb Raider flip up. The fan thing. I don't know why. Not the kip up front where they're on their back. No, like grabbing the edge and doing a full handspring up onto a higher platform.
Indeed.
That is awesome.
Uh-oh.
Oh, and then there's this guy.
Uh-oh.
Homie, just don't. Just go home. You can leave at any time.
Dude, you're bringing a sword
to a fist fight.
To a fist fight.
Just no.
To a Mass Effect field fist fight.
Kai, I implore you, don't do this.
Come on.
Don't do this. You can go home.
Come on.
You have my permission to leave. If you want to go, go.
Okay.
Don't do it. Don't, son of a bitch. I'm Agatha goddamned Fisty.
I'm gonna stab you in the side for no apparent reason.
Well, that's where all the organs are.
And-
Like right through
Well,
all of the
no,
intestines.
I mean, but she had him straight on, and she like moved over when she could have just heart shot. Whatever, you know, gaping chest wounds are cinematic.
Yeah.
Um, you know, it is what it is. He's dead. That's all that matters.
But that is our story. That is the end of Mass Effect 3. It is all over but the crying, and the crying being retaking Earth. Now, we will be a little delayed in getting that because I want to edit it and I got to make sure that we do things suitably because that's like 2 hours of video
Right.
that I got to condense.
Right.
So, got to figure out how we're going to do that. So that's probably going to be a couple of weeks out from this one.
Yep.
So thank you all for hanging out with us. Be sure to hit the like and subscribe button, click that bell notification, and do me a favor, go into your YouTube settings, and I want you to make sure that your restricted mode is disabled. YouTube, Google, force that on all of their accounts, and it has blocked a lot of your favorite content creators from even being seen unless whenever they get new videos out. So not for our sake, I'm not making any money off of this, I'm not monetized, but for the rest of your creators' sake, go make sure that that's disabled. And yeah, we'll see you in the next one. So until then,
Deuces!
later, kids.
Be careful, sir.
You too, Shepard. Anderson out.